Tell me when you're ready. Hey guys, check out this beautiful dogwood flower and check out our YouTube channel. We're going to show you how plaster artisans from the early 1800s used nature as inspiration. We have talked before about how ornamental plaster would be placed in a running molding. When we place it here and butt it up, you see the half of it is the same as it is here, and when we replace it, it creates the full pattern. And so when we place these in, then we will come back with our detailing tools and build this in with plaster. And we'll do another video on that, how to fill it in. This is Steve the Plaster Man here, and we are in a historic church in New Orleans. And I just wanted to show this young man here. His name is Nettie. He is removing some damaged plaster, and if you can see how loose it was, they're going to re-plaster this. Look how efficiently he does that. And this old plaster was put over this block, and right here you can zoom in. You can see how this was a scratch coat. So this is just a little information. And it's Steve the Plaster Man, and I'm going to show a little example of this decayed column here, how they used wire. You see the scratch coat to build this. And what's this? Somebody's patched it one time at with some old newspaper. Let's see if we can get a date on this. So this is something that we often saw. Two large pieces on either side together. And it's my thought that they probably covered the joint with this cartouche. I think that's what that is. Don't know if this one was split in half. Let's see if we can go behind and see how it was done. I gotta turn the camera around and I'm gonna reach up and hold the camera behind this. See if we can see how that was constructed. I'm reaching up, I can't see what it's recording right now. We are restoring this historic church, and after removing the paint, we noticed that someone had penciled in some of the artwork they were going to do. Whoever did that stood here almost 100 years ago with a pencil. I think that's pretty cool. There's looks like the windows. Perhaps they were determining what they were going to do around the windows, or perhaps inside this large dome here. But we always think it's really neat when we find that someone has either signed their name or sketched artwork on kind of like a little blueprint. Something I do a lot of times in the shop. If I'm designing something, I'll kind of pencil it around. Here's the great thing about molding plaster. You can manipulate it as they did 100 years ago using this fiber. I made a brace against the wall here that held up part of this base of this, and they put this large ornamental piece against it. And this is wood lath from a house built around 1916. If you notice maybe the soot from the coal furnaces came out of the basement. They tore out that, and I went by, I actually did some work here, and I salvaged this. I save all of the old wood lath I can to repurpose and reuse when I do a restoration job.
All joking around.
All of the plasters, it benefits nobody anything.
Gotta do that again. You gotta show me that. I gotta get closer to see. Let me just. Wait. What in the world?
It's a little trick. Benefits nobody nothing.
So what is this? Just a.
You're just pivoting. Find a pivot point there and just spin it like a top. Anything will pivot.
That's so cool.
But it benefits nothing.
It doesn't matter. It looks cool.
Okay, we could do it. Hello again, everybody. Steve the Plaster Man, and I'm going to show you another great use for these margin trails. I've honed this one down. I've had it, I don't know, 15 years or so. So as it wears down, I kind of grind it down. But you could use this or a 4-inch one or a new one. But the really good thing about these is I have some sealants here that they put an old texture on at one time, and we're going to take it down to the plaster. And so when I get under this works really good for old textures that's coming off. See how, or wallpapers, you can get underneath without it running back into your fingernails like a flat trowel. These margin trowels work really good for this. Steve the Plaster Man. I've chipped away here. We're going to reattach this later. It looks like I still have enough reveal here. So what I'm going to do is I'm removing this so that when they bring the next coat of plaster over, it doesn't go into flush. We want this to protrude out like it should. So I'm going to pull this, see if we can do this. See, I have you'll see underneath here, this is a solid piece. So I'm going to try to lift it out very gently. See this? We'll take this to the shop, we'll clean it up, and we will bring this original piece back and reinstall it like that. We'll have to still be careful. We don't have much of a reveal here for this crown molding. Hey everybody, this is Steve the Plaster Man, and we are in Hot Springs, North Carolina. We're doing a vendor show today, and we are here in front of Hot Springs Rafting Company. If you're coming by here, we'd appreciate if you check them out, and we appreciate everybody that stopped by to visit with us today. Enjoyed meeting you. Hey, Steve the Plaster Man here, and we were doing some repairs on this exterior wall. Had some cracks, and they decided they wanted to use expose the brick. So, but I want to show right here, we had already pre-drilled and put some of our filling in. We've talked about this before, how we'll drill the cracks, and you can see, and we've pulled away here. I want you to look how durable that is. So that really works. Drilling and injecting the plaster into those holes really does work well. Guys, when we were young, what we thought working for ourselves would be like. That's about all for today, but this is what it's really like. All right, boys, let's go. We got to get this whole ceiling run this evening. We got about an hour left. Let's go.
Clean.
guys, here we are on a little plaster repair job, and I wanted to show you a great little way to make a little tent with your plastic to isolate the dust and such. We put plastic on the floor and then our drop cloths, old sheets is what I use. But if you see, we've just taped our masking tape. If you see how we've put it on either side of the plastic, it will hold the weight of it. You don't have to put staples. Just put piece of tape on either side and tape your plastic in the middle of it as shown, and hopefully that'll be helpful for you guys.